I have finished my tooling now, and I used a gel antique on the pieces, and then I put a coating of the satin sheen on top to protect it. Now, I did not put any satin sheen on the gusset. We will dampen the gusset, so I do not want to have any finish on that. We can put finish on that later. We will start by attaching the buckles to the front part, and to do that I will pass my buckle tab through and bring the tongue through the slot, and then we will match up the holes, push it through the slot, both ends through the slot in this case, and then we'll line up the holes. Now we will take a large rapid rivet and we'll pass it through the two holes of the buckle strap and then through the body of the bag. We will put the cap in place, and with the rivet setter we will set the rivet, and our buckle strap is in place. Now we will do that to the other front as well. Next we will attach the buckle strap, and I'll do that in this manner. I'll pass the strap with the hole in the end through the slot, turn it over using a medium-sized rivet because of the thickness of the two parts as opposed to three. Push it through the hole, place the cap on top, and with the rivet setter, set the rivet. Now it's important to tell you that we are doing all this rivet setting on our piece of granite. Very important to do that, or onto an anvil. Now we will attach the other strap to the other flap. Now we will begin to attach the gussets to the fronts and the back parts, and we'll use that, or we'll do that with some 1/8 inch latigo lace, and you'll notice I have attached a Permalock needle to the end of the lace. To prepare for this assembly, I will take a damp sponge and I will thoroughly dampen the back side of the gusset. This is important to keep this nice and damp, and this is the reason we did not put any finish on the outside of our gussets at this time. Now after we get it thoroughly dampened, we'll put it aside to let it soak in for a few minutes. To begin our lacing, we will start by passing the lace through the second hole from the inside out in the outside piece only. I'll leave about 1.5 inches or 2 inches of lace. Now I will bring my lace up through from the outside in, and I will pass it through the gusset. Now this is flesh to flesh, in other words, insides to insides. I pull this up nice and tight. Now I will pass my lace back through the gusset and through both thicknesses through to the outside, and I will pull this up snug. And now we can continue lacing just by passing my lace from back to front and through the gusset. And we will continue this now all the way around our bag. As we get to the corner, you're going to understand why we dampened this gusset, because as we come around, we will need to fold it up as you see me doing here. And we'll do this around all of our corners. As we get to the other corner, we will have the same situation where we will need to fold it, and this is at this time you may or may not need to put some more water on your gusset. As we come to the end of our gusset in front, we'll go through the last hole, as you can see. Then we will turn it over and we will go through the second hole, but we will only go through the front and come out between the layers of leather. And then we will pull it up tight, and we will take our shears and cut it off and tuck it back in. We'll do the same thing to the one on the other side. And now we're ready to attach this part to the back. Please note that while my gusset was still damp, I have folded it back so that it fits onto the back flesh side to flesh side. And just like we did before, we will start by going from the inside out on the outside piece. Now this appears to be in the third hole. However, it's really only the second hole, because this first hole right here is for a rivet that will fasten the flap and the connector strap. So now we will come up through, and then we will, as we did with the front, we'll come through the gusset as well. And then we will continue lacing all the way around. Just like we did with the front, when we get through the last hole in the back, we go up through both thicknesses, and we come back and go through just the back only and pull it inside between the two thicknesses of the leather. And then we can cut it off about 1 inch or 1.5 inches. And our front is all ready to continue. After I have laced my gussets into place, it's time to begin the final assembly. I have put the post of a large rivet up through the hole in the back, and now I will place my my flap over there and go through the center hole in my flap. Now I will come in with the connector piece and put that over. Now I'm through all three thicknesses of the leather. I'll put the cap on my rivet and rivet it into place. Now I will do the same thing with the other 4 rivets. The final step is to lace the 3 pieces of the connector straps together, and the bags are finished, all ready for you to use.